The way they were out here acting like Devon went from Steve Urkel to Stefan Urkel was crazy. He just put on a suit. That's it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Let's talk Ready to Love. This is season 11, episode 2, Second Chance Mixer. We are in Detroit. What up, though? Shout out to the Midwest. Before we get started, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, leave your comments down below, and then hype the video before you guys leave, all right? So we start off with, remember, it was Dominique, Emily, Richie, and Devon that were standing up because that's who everybody kind of collectively was like, not really feeling, okay? So Tommy, remember, at the end of last week's episode, told them that their time was up, but not really. They're going to be going to a second mixer. So they're going to have a chance to do a first impression do-over, okay? I actually like this. I like this. I like this. So Tommy basically excuses them, said, I'll see y'all tomorrow. And he looks at the remaining members and he's like, look, 6 more of y'all are going to join them. 3 girls and 3 guys, okay? So before we leave tonight, some of y'all will not be safe and y'all will be at the Second Chance Mixer. So tomorrow, 2 people for sure are going home, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts, unless Tommy got another curveball. So immediately we see Chris asking Donna, so girl, you gonna spill the beans? She was like, what? Spill the beans. Like, what everybody's saying, am I safe? Y'all gonna send me home? And I immediately cringed. I cringed because you're not interested in her. You just want to know the tea, the gossip, what's good, what's what. I didn't like that. That was that was such a turnoff, right? And Donna clocked it and picked up on it right away. You're not interested in talking to Donna to solidify a spot. You want to know what everybody else said about you. Oh, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all, Chris. So we see Cardi and Ashante. Or is it Ashante? Ashante. They're talking, and Cardi was once again freezing up in that conversation. I said, "Oh," and we know that he's in the season because we've seen him in like the super trailer. But I was getting such secondhand embarrassment for him. Maybe he was just nervous, and that's when I'm a guess. He was just a little nervous. But she was like, "Okay, so tell me something about yourselves," and he was like, I'm left-handed. I said, oh child. But at the same time, Ashante is very awkward adjacent herself. So the two of them together is just not gonna make for a good scene, okay? So we see Ed and Nicole. Nicole is really playing up this whole, I had the biggest crush on him back in college and woo woo woo. And what I hope, fingers crossed, is that Ed is not seeing this and it's going to string her along because that is going to be his lifeline to stay on the show. Because Nicole is doing a lot, baby. You are, okay, just a little bit. Like, you are coming on very, very strong, and you're basically letting him know that no matter what, I want you. You're giving him that lifeline that he shouldn't know that he has, okay? So Tommy is meeting up with the ladies, and Donna brings up how Chris immediately started asking what the ladies have been thinking, what they've been saying. One of the other women, I forgot who it was. Was it Ashante? One of the other women was like, it might have been Emily. He's too, like, hyper masculine. They saw a little bit of toxic masculinity, and then we get a flashback to where I can't remember who it was. Was it Ashante? Could have been Christina. One of the women was saying that everybody has a feminine and a masculine energy about themselves. Everybody has that. Everybody has it. And he didn't like that, and it did give a little pinch, a little smidge of toxic masculinity, but we'll see what happens with Chris. And then they say that Cardi is uncomfortable, and he is. Cardi is uncomfortable. So Tommy then goes and he meets with the guys, and the guys are saying that Christina is just kind of too much on the move for them. Steven was like, look, I'm at that age. I'm not trying to be out doo-wop popping in the streets like that. You know what I mean? And Shannon was not initiating conversation. So even though that I think some of the guys liked Shannon, probably aesthetically, she's not initiating conversation with them. And in a situation like this, that's a turnoff because I want to know that you're here for the right reasons. And then Ashante, because none of the men had a chance to talk to her solo. Truth be told, quiet as is kept, loud as is known, Ashante is just as awkward as Cardi, but she's getting the pass because she's a woman. But she's just as awkward, right? And we see that in both mixers. So Cardi, Chris, Xavier, Diamond, Christina, and Ashante are all put to the front. The way Christina was like, me? Absolutely love when these people are like, when their flabber is gasted, when they are put to the front. Like, how did you think this was going in your head? That is always hilarious to me. So let's head over to the Second Chance Mixer the next day. Cardi took his hair down. He has beautiful hair, but Cardi took his hair down, and I hope that since his hair is more relaxed, he is more relaxed, okay? He got his curls, his soul glow is popping. I'm certain it's a joke. I'm certain that is his natural hair texture. It's like he has really nice hair. His very pretty hair. He just, it's the color, but he seemed way more relaxed today. Okay. Chris is asking Christina how she feels about being at the bottom. She said, I ain't at the bottom, baby. What? You are. You are. Christina she got a lot of dip on her chip. I'm gonna see how this works for her. So then we see Richie, and Richie is telling Dominique, you need to work on smiling more. If there's one thing I do not like, it is for a man to tell me to smile. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. I was at the car wash the other day. Right? I pay for the unlimited car washes, whatever the case. So I'm in line and I'm going up to it. It's reading my license plate. And then the one that I go to, it gives you the option to add stuff on. Additional tint, additional wax, what's it called? Wheel treatment, stuff like that, Tiger Shine. So I'm getting ready to do it. For whatever reason, the man comes over. I didn't ask for help, but the man comes over and he was like, "You're not gonna smile today?" I told him, "No, I'm not. I'm not gonna smile today. Absolutely not." I want men to stop. to stop. Don't. Now, let's talk Richie real quick. So there have been a couple of you guys that have been in my comments with I don't want to say rumor, but a statement about Richie. I'm gonna say it like that. I have not seen this proven anywhere outside of like seeing it pop up in people's YouTube comments. I know that there is somebody in my comments that said that they know Richie's brothers. They're Facebook friends with them. So if you can confirm if this rumor that is going around is true or not, I'm not going to say it because if it's not true, I'm not going to speak that over someone's life, right? But I'm sure by now, because y'all be knee deep in these people's business. I don't dig, especially for Ready to Love. I don't dig in these people's business like that. But I have seen the rumors. A lot of y'all have put it in my comments. It's a little interesting that OWN has not said anything. There's no statement at the end of the episode or anything like that. So I don't know how true it is. But like I said, I don't want to make the statement if it's not true and put that on somebody's life, if that makes sense, okay? So we have Cardi and Dominique. So they are vibing, and he said in his confessional that her dynamic has changed a lot from yesterday to today. No, your dynamic has changed a lot. You were more relaxed. Like, he was comfortable with her. He had his arm around her. They were vibing. She was saying that she likes her men to be a little crazy. He said, I can be crazy. Like they had a really good conversation. I think they look good together too. I think Dominique and Cardi look like very, very attractive pairing of people. So we then see Emily and Xavier. And he starts off but by being like, yeah, I'm so busy. I rarely have time for anything. I got my hand in all these different pots. Like I'm busy and I don't have a lot of time to commit to any one thing. And that's why I'm here right now and single. What? I was with Emily. Look, what you're not gonna do is play in my face. I don't want somebody that said that they barely have time to do anything. Because that means that you don't have time for me or this relationship. The way she was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna go and mingle on, right? And she saw that as a red flag. And the way that Xavier was so confused. Do you really think coming into this environment and saying that you're so busy, you barely have time to commit to anything, you thought that that was okay to say? I guess. And he was like into the conversation too. Interesting. So we then see Cardi is asking the group how they feel about having friends of the opposite sex. Chris said that if I have a friend that's of the opposite sex, like a for real friend, then I would like for my friend and my spouse to be close as well. You know what I mean? Like she can call her sis, but I would want them to be close as well. I have never had an issue with um my boyfriend having friends that are female. That's never been a problem for me. I feel like a lot of it comes down to if you trust your partner, if you trust your spouse, and then just kind of knowing that dynamic before. Now, if it's a friend that you done made in the last 2 weeks, play with somebody else. But if this is somebody that's from your past or that you've been friends with before me, and I know that nothing has gone on between the two of y'all, we got to learn to trust people. And I feel like if you can't trust somebody wholeheartedly, then you don't need to be with that person. That is just my opinion. Just me, okay? So Richie is like, yeah, because I got like 1,000 female friends. And Dominique and Emily, for whatever reason, took that literal. And we know they did because they just don't like him. Emily only doesn't like Richie because he's a thrill seeker. She thinks that's childish. And Dominique doesn't like Richie because he told her to smile, which is fine. Don't want to engage with him if you don't want to. But like, why did y'all take that literal? Like, Dominique, I didn't like that, sis. And I've been rocking with you. I was on your side because I felt like Vince was very rude to you about the tattoos. But like, that was kind of petty. That was a little petty. So we then see Devon, the ladies are like, oh my God, he looks so good. He looks good. He looks good. And I'm like, so Devon was Steve Urkel at the first mixer, and now he is Stefan Urkel because he was working the room. He doesn't look that different. What it gave to me, and I could be wrong, is y'all heifers don't want to go home, and so y'all making sure that y'all at least got his vote. He looked the same. I was waiting for them to show like a side by side because I'm like, did he like cut his beard different? Like he looked exactly the same. Is it the sunglasses? Because y'all know us glasses wearers, sometimes if your glasses have like a little tint on them, it gives a different vibe. And you could see in what he had on, we'll call it Friday night. The glasses he had on that Friday night had like a little tint to him. But I'm like, he don't look no different, y'all. He don't look no different. So Tommy is talking to the ladies, and they say that Cardi and Devon have really stepped it up today. And I'm like, Cardi for sure. Cardi 1,000%. Devon, I guess. They then feel that Chris, Xavier, and Richie have not stepped it up. They just aren't feeling them. The ladies are not feeling Chris because Donna points out that, he came and he hasn't been, not Donna. The ladies were saying how Chris has not really been engaging in conversation with them is kind of surface level. When it comes to Xavier, they're saying that, he's busy. He said he don't have the time. And then when it comes to Richie, they just don't like Richie. Okay. So Tommy has Richie and Xavier step forward, and Richie is sent home. And I was kind of shocked because I just knew for sure, because we know how Ready to Love works and we know how reality TV works. I thought for sure they were going to keep Richie around for a drama effect. Let's keep Richie so he can get on this lady's nerves. I thought that's what they were going to do, but they sent him home because they felt like Richie was not masculine enough. And I was like, interesting. Okay, sure. And he can't believe it in his confessional, but he leaves very graciously. So we think let's get back to dating so that we can find out which lady is going home. So Devon and Ashante are talking, and the entire time she's kind of leaned back like this from him. I was like, why you leaning back like that? And he then turns and asks her, how would you rate my looks? And I was like, no. No, Devon, no, 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 no. Oh, I cringed so much when he said that. Because what are you doing? As a man, don't ask me how I think you look on a scale of 1 to 10. So Ashante was like, "Mm, women don't value looks as much as men do. Baby, speak for yourself." I still want you to look good, but I see what she's saying though. I do see what she's saying. When we as women are looking for a man or are interested in a man, a lot of times it is not only solely on looks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's swag, it is confidence, it is energy. I know I have a friend who, if you are a man that works with your hands, she is automatically attracted to you. So if you're like, blue collar, if you're like a welder or a plumber or a construction worker, like that type of stuff, she's immediately attracted to you, like, because it gives, like, you can build me some shit. You know what I mean? And I feel like I see what she was saying, but let's not act as if looks ain't important too. But she was like, she's just big on energy. And the energy that you were giving her in that moment was that of insecure. It was showing a tinge of insecurity that, truth be told, would have been a turn off to me as well. Okay. But I was cracking up at her. She was like, okay. I was like, does his breath stink? What is happening? So Xavier and Diamond are talking, and I forgot Diamond was there because Diamond is blending into the wall. Oh my God. So she tells him, they're talking, and she's like, well, you better take my number since an elimination is coming at some point. I said, Diamond. And he did not take her number. He didn't pull his phone out. I said, oh, I'm so embarrassed for her. So Will says in his confessional that while Diamond is, somebody that he enjoys, there's no romantic spark, right? And I think it's just there are bigger personalities there than Diamond, and I feel like this type of environment, when it comes to dating and you're speed dating and there's people everywhere, it's not for everybody. And I don't think it's for Diamond. I don't think it's for her. So we get to Dominique and Devon. So they're talking, and it's good conversation. It's cool or whatever. And then she starts wiping something off of his lip. Now, if you're wiping something off of someone's lip, that's sexual. That's sensual. That's a different type of energy. Because I'm never gonna take my thumb and wipe something off of a man's lip that I don't want to kiss. Ever. Right? So he was like, okay. Like, let's do it. Y'all, he leaned in and she was like, oh, you tried to kiss me? I said, ah. Feeling yourself, like feeling himself. And she was like, I mean, I like the confidence, but it was also like, it's the audace for me. It is the audace for me, sir. I was crying at that part. I could not believe he did that. I could not believe he did that. Oh my God. So don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. Devon, don't you ever have that much audacity, sir. So we then see Diamond and Crystal talking. Diamond done finally got her somebody to talk to. They're having a good conversation. I thought it was really cool. Christina comes over and wants to take Chris away, and Diamond was like, "No, give us like 2 more minutes." Christina, Christina in her confessional was like, "Okay, you're gonna need it, baby. Y'all are both in the bottom." You're both in the bottom, Christina. You need the 2 minutes too. So Christina walks away, and then Chris and Diamond start talking again, and then Dominique comes over and starts asking a bunch of this or that questions. And I was like, damn. But then she was like, I didn't know what y'all were talking about, so I just thought I would start a new conversation with you. Diamond is not aggressive enough for this type of environment with these personalities. Oh, I hope Diamond don't go home. Diamond does so. Does she? Did we see who go home? Why can't I remember? Yes, she does, but nonetheless. So Tommy's talking to the guys, and they say that Dominique and Emily have really stepped it up, and they say that Ashante and Diamond have not stepped it up. Ashante ain't talking to nobody. That's the problem. My good sis is there to enjoy her drink. So Tommy tells Diamond that she is not ready to love, and she is ultimately sent home. And in her confessional, Ashante is like, okay, I'm gonna do better for real this time. Ashante, you gonna be next, sis. I have not seen any type of connection with anybody, even remotely close this episode with you. But we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I think Detroit is off to a really good start. I enjoyed it. I like them having all 20 couple or all 20 singles together. I like the fact that they had like the bottom 10 go to another mixer, and then I liked this new switch up. Let me know what you guys thought about it down below. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, hype the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.